is yours. It's time to say some positive things about LeBron. I'm really looking forward to this.
Mean it. Not no bull jive. Not no bull jive. Mean it.
First, I would like to publicly thank the Los Angeles Clippers for doing this to me. And yet, before I launch into my 10 nice things about LeBron James, and I ask you to feel free to chime in, even though people think I hate LeBron, and I hate the word hate because I do not hate LeBron
No, you
James.
don't hate LeBron. You just hate her.
All of the things I'm about to say, I have said multiple times on this show and on other shows I have been on through my career.
Okay.
Number one, LeBron James was the greatest high school basketball player ever, even greater than Lou Alcindor at Power Memorial in New York City. And for those who don't know, he then became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he is regarded as the greatest, most dominant high school basketball player ever. LeBron was better because LeBron could pass it and dominantly score the basketball. Any issues with that?
I'm going to go with Kareem, but okay.
Oh, you won't even back your guy on this? Well, I'm trying to be nice here, right?
Well, you got to give me something that I can sink my teeth into.
Number two, no player in the history of the National Basketball Association has stood up better to an NBA debut expectation the way LeBron James did at Sacramento the night of October 29th, 2003. I watched every dribble of it because I was fascinated, because on his back was tattooed, as we often talk, the chosen one. Sports Illustrated had crowned him the king before he even arrived in the league. And that night at Sacramento, that's the weight of the world on that young man's shoulders. At age 18, he scored 25 points with 6 rebounds and 9, count them, 9 assists. Now, he was 0 for 2 from 3 and 1 for 3 from the free throw line, but he went 12 of 20 from the field. And as soon as that game ended, I sat back and said, a star is born, because you never know exactly how a young man at 18 will deal with NBA, you know, like grown-up kind of pressure, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so a highly impressive. I think you can have no quibble with anything.
Okay, yeah, that was a great, outstanding game.
Outstanding. Number three, since LeBron James has entered the NBA, he has been the best passer in basketball, and he remains to this moment the best passer in basketball. I've only said that on this show a thousand times.
You spell player wrong. You spelled passer, but you spelled it wrong. P-L-A-Y-E-R, not P-A-S-S-E-R. Player, not passer, both.
Well, it's one little thing that I'm pointing out that he is the very best at.
At playing, yes. Game of basketball. Okay, go ahead.
Number four, LeBron James, as I've said 10,000 times on the show, is still the greatest driver of the basketball I have ever seen. A 6'9", 260-pound freight train to the rim. Never seen anything like it before.
Yeah.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
Number five, no athlete has ever been a more consistently powerful speaker on race or social justice topics. Nobody is in this man's league when it comes to the power of his platforms that he has created and maintained. Nobody has taken more advantage of those platforms in the history of sports. Thank you very much. Number six, LeBron stood up to pressure I don't believe any NBA player has ever faced or felt. In Game 6 at Boston in 2012, now this is because he had suffered some epic failures against Orlando in 2009, against Boston in 2010 before he left Cleveland, and then in his first go-around with the Heat in the finals against Dallas in 2011. That set up what was happening against Boston, this in the conference finals in 2012.
Yes.
They went up 2-0. They lost 3 straight games. Game 6 is in Boston. And trust me, I knew a bunch of people at ESPN who said, we got to drive over and see this, because even the staunchest LeBron defenders and apologists were starting to doubt if he was made of the right stuff. Okay. And they went over on that night to watch what was about to transpire. The Heat won that game by 19 points because LeBron dominated from start to finish with 45 points, 15 rebounds, and only 5 assists. But let's just keep it at 45 and 15? Wait, 45 and 15 rebounds?
Yeah.
That was, in most people's eyes, the greatest game he ever played, facing the most pressure he'd ever faced.
Well, Skip, the reason why he only had 5 assists is because he was not in passing mode.
He just shot.
He's I'm in attack mode.
Okay. 45 and 15.
Yes.
Then they went home for game 7 and just rolled.
31 and 12 for him.
You got it. Fair enough?
Yep.
Point number 7. I love the humility that LeBron James displayed moments after he finally broke through and won his first ring in Game 5 in Miami against the Oklahoma City Thunder. He said live on ABC right after the game, "It's about damn time."
Yeah.
And that was a perfectly beautiful way to put that, because I sat back and said, yep, you're right. He did that. He was the finals MVP, and they won in 5 games. You give me that one?
I'll give you that one.
Okay, good. Number 8, in 2013, LeBron James played a great Game 7 against my Spurs. 37, 12, 4, and 2 steals. That was a great Game 7 against what was left of my Spurs. Fair enough?
Yep.
Okay, I'm giving you that. It's a really nice thing for me to say. Number 9, LeBron James is the most durable superstar ever. I've said that 100,000 times on this show. He is Iron Man. The only other athlete who rivals the dedication that LeBron pays and puts into his fitness routine is Tom Brady. But the irony of what I just said is that LeBron plays much more of a contact sport than Tom Brady plays. Am I right about that?
He does.
LeBron takes way more contact than Brady, sort of puts himself in harm's way to take in football, because he's just going to get rid of the football, right? He's not going to run with it. He's rarely going to be hit.
And plus the rules have been implemented to protect him.
That is correct. Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Iron Man. Number 10, LeBron James should have been the regular season MVP this season. I said it, 19 times on this show, and I will say it one more time. He deserved the MVP. He was better in the regular season than even Giannis was, and the narrative was better because he did bounce back off a lackluster first go-around with the Lakers. Fair enough?
Fair enough, Skip, but there was a lot of generalities in there, a lot of generic compliments. I didn't hear anything about clutchness, which he is. For number 4.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I can't lie nice things.
You can. And I don't know. I mean, I might go towards Muhammad Ali using his platform, Jackie Robinson, but maybe they didn't have the reach.
Not the reach.
Because obviously no social media.
Okay, but even Muhammad in his day, I don't think he spoke out as much as LeBron has consistently over his whole career. Once Muhammad lost his job, they wouldn't let him fight anymore. Yes.
Well, I don't think he was like, okay, I'm gonna do what I have to do and live in America. Although I see things going on, when they he changed his name because he no longer wanted to be identified by he says that's his slave master's name. And he started to speak out when he saw hold on, y'all was trying to send me over there to kill them, and y'all right here in America killing us. Nah, I'm good. The Viet Congs ain't never called me the N-word. They don't turn no dogs on me. They don't stick no water cannons on me.
I got no quarrel with them Viet Cong.
Got none. Skip, look, you could have just put this in a nice little nutshell. I could have saved you probably 7 minutes. All you had to do was say, LeBron James, the greatest basketball player ever. Boom, we'd have been done.
Well, I'm not going to tell a lie, because he's clearly not.
He is.
But I will give you a bonus nice point, number 11. LeBron James is truly a nice guy. I'm going to give you that.
No, I don't want that. Skip.
That's it. Period, end of story. I paid my debt. It's over. Now back to business.
Skip. The fact of the matter is that you refuse to give the man the due that he deserves.
What does he deserve? He's 3-6 in the finals.
Hold on.
I just paid off my bet. What do you want?
If you're not Sam Jones, if you're not LeBron James, if you're not Kareem, if you're not Russell, you don't know what it's like to go to 10 finals. So if it was so easy, if it's so easy to get to the finals out of the East, why haven't more players gone to the NBA finals?
Well, he's just born at the right time.
Huh?
He was born into a cakewalk of an East.
Don't do that, Skip.
And he did it. Way to go.
Skip.
And he's right now on the easiest path to a ring in the history of paths.
That's not what you said at the beginning of the season. You said if he wins this would be his most difficult because he was going to have to go through the Clippers and he was going to have to deal with the Nuggets and he was going to have to deal with James Harden and Russ.
Did he have to go through the Clippers?
They're in the West. Hold on, Skip Bayless, wait a minute.
Did he have to go through Kevin Durant and Kyrie? No.
Hold on, time out. So let me get this right. So the way you want the playoffs to work now for LeBron James is that he got to beat the Clippers, even though they get knocked out. He needs to come over there and play the Nets, even though Kevin Durant. So he needs to play all the top teams. That's not how it works.
When the bubble began, what did the odds makers say? Who was favored to win it all?
The
Clippers were favored to win the whole thing.
Okay then.
Right?
Okay then. So what happened? Y'all had the same, hold on. Y'all make it seem like the Clippers went to the bubble and we got to stay in L.A. and then we just traveled to and from the games. No, we were in the bubble under the same conditions, under the same confinements, just like the Clippers. One team gagged, the other team didn't. We're the superstar.
One team looked ahead to the Lakers and the other team was the Lakers.
Skip, what you looking ahead for?
Way to go.
What you looking ahead for? What have the Clippers done to look ahead with that history? With the history of being losers, what are they looking ahead for?
Kawhi Leonard has 2 Finals MVPs.
Where did he get those?
He has history on his side.
Did he get them at the Clippers?
No.
Hold on, my guy got 3. My guy had gone to 9. So
Yep.
what you mean?
I have already congratulated your guy on winning his 4th ring in 10 tries.
We don't want no
4 and
congratulations.
6. It's over. It's
We don't
done.
we don't want that. We don't want that.
Lakers in 5.
And I'm sure I will get a call today, and some people going to be telling me, Shannon, that was a lot of generalities, generics, and I'm like, you're absolutely correct.
Generalities?
Yes, generic. Oh, he was all-time clutch.